Yes. This is Intercontinental Sport TV. It's a lovely Monday out here, guys, and we are here as Intercontinental Sport TV back again with this video, and also we are going to look at so many things. But first, I want to welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching from. This is Intercontinental Sport TV. They call me the Dawn, no doubt about it. Dawn of Sport Entertainment. Let's get this straight up. First, if you're watching this for the first time, wherever you're watching it from, live, wherever you are, this is a community we're trying to build up. It's all about sport. It's all about sport. And please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, please smash a like on the video and also share accordingly to your friends. And on this channel, I'm going to drop the link. If you want to join us, you can join us. You can drop your comment, or if you want to comment to the live streaming, you can also do as well. Today, before I start breaking on my co-host on this, we're going to look at what happened over the weekend. I'm talking about the EPL, also La Liga and MLS. And also the most important one, the most gracious one on this channel is about the top 10 best African players home and abroad that did very well over the last week. We're going to look at that, and also other sports updates will also be explained on this channel. So sit back. As I've said, this is where you get the most viable, very, very insightful news you can talk about in sport. But firstly, let me try and bring my brother from another all the way from Nigeria. Robbie, are you there?
Hello. Good evening. I am here, and it's so good to
All
be on the
right.
show again.
All right, fantastic. I'm still waiting on Kunle Faiga, also from Oshodi. You know, Oshodi is always crazy. I guess
Yeah.
it's looking for gas. It's looking for petrol. So it's not easy. It's not easy. I know. But let's get this into straight. Me and you, we can still go ahead and rock the show. People wants to know from us what's the plans for this week. As I've said, we're going to the most massive one is the top 10 African players home and abroad that did very well last week. We have some couple of names. We want to tell our viewers that. Please subscribe to the channel and also smash a like on the video. Now, Robbie, let's get into this straight up. Now, first,
Yeah.
I want to use this medium to congratulate Manchester City being a champion, Premier League 2021-2022 champions again. As a Manchester United fan, me as a Manchester United fan, I wasn't happy, but I was happy in a kind of way like Liverpool did not win it. I don't want to hear anything quadruple. But I was kind of like happy, but I'm not happy. The reason why I'm not happy is because this season is messed up for Manchester United. It's absolutely shambles. Nothing. In fact, I wanted the league to end up quickly. Like, let's just get out of this mess. I can say that. But I want you to have your say, no gain on this. They are champions. Our neighbor. Now we are the one that is a noisy neighbor now. Are we? So, Robbie, what's your take on this? Man City being the champion.
Let me say, first and foremost, let me follow your lead on this one. Congratulations to Manchester City for as they were crowned the champions of the English Premier League 2021-2022 season. It's it's been a wonderful for them, and they truly deserve to be crowned champions. Yesterday was a day filled with a lot of drama, which
Yes.
which I say is one of the things that makes us love the English Premier League. You cannot write the script. You cannot predict what will happen the next minute. A team that is winning, maybe even a goal or two goals, or even three goals, might end up losing or might even end up drawing that game. That is what makes us to love the EPL. On from the perspective as a Manchester United fan, I would say I'm not happy that the team or the club didn't do well this season. But the thing is one cannot fault Man City for being where they are.
Mm.
They conducted their business the way it should be conducted. They handled everything as it should be. They did not leave a thing to chance, not even the winning of their title. Because yesterday they could have just sat back and said since they were losing at home 0-2 to Aston Villa. Oh, and then Wolverhampton were at least at that point in time still drawing Liverpool. They could have said, oh well, let's hope that they will draw for us and we will still win the title via points. But they did not do that. They took charge of their destiny, and that's what saw them cross the line yesterday. Unfortunately, Manchester United has not been able to do that this season. And typical Manchester United, they lost again yesterday.
Again. Again.
They lost. They lost again yesterday, and unfortunately, it was not until when I went on Twitter, I began to see a lot of shades thrown at Manchester United,
Mm.
and one of those shades was that Manchester United was operating a balance sheet because Manchester United scored 57 goals and conceded 57 goals in return.
57
How in
goals.
God's name? How in God's name does a club do that type of thing?
Mm.
And just like one pundit that is one of the hosts on a program on Supersport, he said that being a Manchester United fan and being a Super Eagles fan
Mm.
have robbed him of his sanity and sleep, most especially this season, because Nigeria did
Actually.
not go to the World Cup, and Manchester United were just playing, they were just churning out abysmal performances week in, week out. So it is very terrible. It is very terrible. Even the
Absolutely.
Newcastle United that was languishing in the relegation zone finished
Mhm.
respectably, and they finished very strong, very strong. They did not even do Burnley any favors at all. They
Mm.
beat both Arsenal that wanted to go to Europe, and
Mhm.
they condemned Burnley to the relegation.
To relegation.
So yeah,
Mm.
so it says it talks about the character of that team. So right now that we have Ten Hag on board, from what I saw and from what I read, I heard he was at the stadium yesterday to see the United game. It was at
Yeah.
Selhurst Park to see United game, and I'm so sure he has seen firsthand the mountain before him, and the rot in the team that it practically needs a surgical knife to cut out.
Yeah.
So so these days are days of some very serious work for him. Yes, the players, from what I gathered on Twitter, the Premiership will kick off exactly 75 days from now. So that gives the man about 2 months and 2 weeks
Yeah.
to get this house in order. Players that needs to go out, they should be sent packing, or they should be loaned, or they should be sold outrightly. Players that needs to be bought, just like what we have seen Liverpool, Manchester City, what other team? I don't know. I don't know about Chelsea. At least Liverpool and Manchester City have began signing players even before the end of the season. So Manchester United, given coming from that skill, let me say we are lagging behind as a team. So
Mm.
the team needs to get the list of players they want up and running, and they need the backing of the board as fast as possible. So not the one that will be using one season to chase one player, and at the end of the season, the player practically just don't come out good for us. And I think the era of buying players for stupendous amount of money should stop and die right now.
Yeah.
Any player that cannot be bought for 35 million or thereabouts, I think that player should just be left alone quietly. That is my take.
All right. Smash the like on the video if you're watching, please. I'm going to bring Kunle. Are you there with us right now?
Yes, I am.
There's so much noise. Yeah, so much noise from your side. I think you are beside the expressway.
No, not at all.
I'm hearing so much noise from your background. Let me bring Professor Tuko in. Prof, what's going on out there?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, bro, what's going on?
Bro, I'm good, bro. How's everybody doing? How was your weekend?
Yeah,
Fine.
awesome, fantastic,
Fine.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Robbie and Kunle, well done. Good evening.
Hey, good to have you.
Yeah, my pleasure, bro.
All right, yeah.
Robbie, we couldn't connect. How did you see the games yesterday? The final day drama.
final.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I personally saw the Aston Villa Manchester City game in the first half. Then I actually went to see the Liverpool Wolves game in the second half. So it was absolutely a wonderful game to watch.
It was a tense day yesterday.
It was very tense.
It's been a long. I mean, before we go straight to another topic, I want to come for you, Professor Tuchel, on this. AC Milan won the league yesterday. What's your take about this?
I mean, it was a fantastic.
Yes,
yeah, I've been following their season closely. And I think it was a great work by Sampa Pioli, or whatever the coach's name is. I can't remember. Pioli. I think it's a good team. It's good for them. They won the league after 10 years. So it was very good with my Chelsea's former player Kayo Tomori and Kalulu have been the backbone of the defense. Very strong. They've conceded, I think, less than 20 goals or thereabout. They've been very strong. I think they built this success on a very strong defense, and obviously the experience of Olivier Giroud and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. These people do the work in the dressing room. So I think it's a good thing for the Italian league. It was a very tight call, and it was good to see that Juve, who has been winning it for years and years now.
For years.
Yeah, it's good to see that there's beginning to be a tight competition between Juve, Inter Milan, and AC Milan and Napoli too in the mix. So I think the Italian league has improved. It's not where it used to be. I think there are fantastic young talents there, and it's good for competition.
All right, Kunle, are you there with us again?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, this is better now. This is better, loud and clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
I want to have your opinion on Champions League yesterday. Briefly, what's your thought about this? The champions. I'm talking about Manchester City winning the league. Yeah, go for it. Oh, he's out again. I lost him. Well, guys, without wasting much of our time again, let's look at this. I'm going to bring this up, and I want your opinion and your views about this guy. Is back. Is inside Manchester United as a manager. What's your take? Let me come for Robbie first.
Having
manager now.
Yeah, sure. Like I said earlier on, as the Manchester United manager, yes, a part of me is excited that we have a manager that has a proven track record from the club he is coming from, Ajax of Holland.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the league is nothing compared to the Premiership, but one cannot rule out the Dutch league. Some years back, the Dutch league was actually a very strong league. The league has produced European champions one cannot discard the league as a league that is insignificant. But like I said, part of me is excited, but it remains to be seen what Ten Hag brings to the United dressing room and to the club as a whole. He changes the mentality of the players he gets to keep, how he builds the mentality of the players he is going to sign. We were also looking forward to seeing the type of players he is going to sign. How will he sign them for? How fast will this deal be able to go through? And how will the team ultimately, the old players, the new players, how would they bond and gel together, playing as a unit? I think for now, those are the things that are on the minds of a man, if not all United fans across the world. Let me start there.
All right. I want to talk to our also one of our rival. I'm talking about Professor Tuchel being a Chelsea fan. From your own point of view, how do you see a new manager coming into Manchester United, knowing fully well he's also a good, a good coach? So how do you see, as an outsider, how do you see the appointment of Ten Hag into Manchester United?
Yeah, I was listening to his interview earlier today. I mean, I think he just had the interview not too long ago, and he was speaking with a lot of conviction and confidence. And I mean, I think he told, even when they told him, when they asked him a question about how well Man City and Liverpool have been doing and performing, and he said every era comes to an end. That for me sounds like a manager who's coming with a little bit of fight and it means business. So, well, hopefully, I mean, we've seen this before, sort of, because Mourinho came with a lot of personality. Louis van Gaal also came with his pattern of play and his know-how. What's the name of this one? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came with the process, with the trust the process, with the young manager trying to build a young team. So it's not worked. I hope Eric Ten Hag can be allowed to bring his philosophy into the team, because when they asked him what kind of what pattern of play, I'm not too sure about it, he wants to play. I think he said the club has a plan, and that was a little bit worrying for me, because I feel like he shouldn't go with the club's plan. I think the club should go with his plan. There's this thing they say, the United way. What is the United way? I think it's time for him, the United board or whoever is in charge, to let him bring his philosophy, his pattern, and let him be in charge totally, 100% of the dressing room. It's a good thing that, and he has also said he wants to work with Ronaldo, so that's that's interesting. I want to say I want to manage that, because he likes to press also from the front, and we all know Ronaldo, with his age and everything, might not be able to do that. So there's an interesting dynamic there. I'm sure United might sign a striker. How does he combine both strikers? What does he do? But it seems there's a long-term plan there for him, and I'm sure the board should back him this time around, and let's see what he can do. But I believe Eric Ten Hag can restore Manchester United back into the top position.
Well, thank you so much. I love you're not diabolic. You spoke very well as an outsider. Kunle, are you there with us?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
please
I am.
go for it. Kunle, please. Eric Ten Hag, we are having a chat not too long ago. I said Ten Hag is in, and you replied me, well, he's welcome. You're pissed off with Manchester United, whatever. So let me hear from
I'm
you.
not.
What do you think about his appointment? Oh, I lost him again.
Gone.
All right, Robbie, can you please? What's your expectation for Eric Ten Hag? Before you say anything, I'll still come back with this lineup. Then we'll discuss it in a little bit. So please go for it, Robbie. What do you see the appointment of Eric Ten Hag?
Okay, well, let me see.
Yeah, okay. What's the lineup?
I'm going to show you, but I just want to I want you to tell us how do you see
my expectation?
Yeah, what's your expectation as a Manchester United fan, knowing fully well we've had so many, let me say 4 coaches that came through this system, but all of them are nothing to write home about right now. In fact, the last one, I can't say is a coach or interim or whatever, messed everything up, as in back to scratch. So knowing fully well this guy is coming in fresh, do you think board will back this guy up? Do you think some players has to go and new ones has to come in? What kind of okay? So go for it, please.
Okay, let me say before I quickly answer the question, I think the board sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, one, was the right decision for me. Two, the board should have found a way or should have kept Fletcher. Oh, sorry, Carrick. The board should have kept Carrick on the job till the end of the season. Like I said, when Ralph Ragnick was announced as interim manager, because all my years as a football follower, a football student, I have never heard of his name before. I had to Google his name to check who he was and what he has done. And sincerely, I was not impressed with what I found online. But what I found online told me that he was a sporting director of a club in Russia. So he was not even in a coaching capacity. So having to go for somebody who wasn't coaching actively as of that time, who was serving in another capacity and bringing me back to England to coach a team, for me was a no-no. It was just more or less like escaping the fry pan and practically jumping into the fire. So that is that for me. But as it is, I'm happy the season is over. I'm happy our tournaments are over, pending when next season starts. So for the new manager, what I'm expecting as a fan is, one, I'm actually excited to see his signing and ultimately the players he's bringing into the club. Yes, some players will be leaving, and it remains to be seen what he does with the dead woods in the team. I'm talking of the Bailey, the Jones, and so on and so forth. What does he do with these players? What does he formulate with the board, with the club, to get those players off so that he can make enough space for those to bring in? There have been reports that he's trying to raid his former team of stars that worked with him to win the Dutch League. There's a particular player by the name of Timber, which I have seen play once or twice, and that guy is an exciting talent. So to have him come to United, I think would be a big plus for United. With the current relationship that United and Ajax have, Ajax will not be selling players to Manchester United for astronomical fees. They will not do that. So I think it's also a good plus from that end. Trying to see what other players he can poach from the Premier League itself, from other teams around Europe, particularly maybe from Spain, remains to be seen as well. But ultimately, once the season begins, I expect him. If he wins the league, that would be a huge miracle, and I would not say I will reject such a thing. I will take it, and I'll be very happy. But I believe he should be able to win the lesser titles in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and possibly, since United is staying in the Europa League, where you don't have, at least, if you can get as far as the semi-finals, hopefully the finals, and ultimately win, I think that is a big plus. But ultimately, I think if you can get the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup next season, and also doing very well in the league, taking the club back to the Champions League, I think it will be a good win, and it will be a very big statement for him and an improvement on his as a manager. That's my take.
All right, please subscribe to the channel if you're watching this, wherever you're watching it from, and smash the like of this video for signing. Bringing on this our main guy, Manchester United, the new manager. I'm talking about Erik ten Hag. Please. All right, up the game, up. Let's go. Now, I want to come to you, Professor Tuchel, on this. Look at how we think. I just got this, online, and I want to put it across straight to you guys. Let's discuss about our lineup under Erik ten Hag. I know definitely you are a Chelsea fan. From your as an outsider, look at this formation. Definitely, we are not going to. They can't get rid of Harry Maguire now. They can't send him out. And there's so many players there. This guy just signed a new contract, Bruno, and they're all playing bad right now. So coming in with this guy, Eric Ten Hag, what do you think he can bring out of this player?
First of all,
Rashford and so on. Please go for it.
Yeah, this lineup I'm saying, I don't know. This Scott McTominay with Van de Beek. I think Van de Beek might be in his plans. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. I'm not too sure why Bruno Fernandes was given, and this is what we're talking about. That the board has to let the manager decide. I think Bruno Fernandes's contract extension was the board's doing. I'm not too sure. Maybe they contacted Eric Ten Hag for approval if
I don't think
Bruno
so.
was going to be in his plans. Maybe.
I don't think so.
Because if that wasn't the case, then that for me, because Bruno has been shambolic, honestly. He has been very bad towards the end of the season and everything. Harry Maguire is an interesting one. I think the Manchester United legends, likes of Gary Neville and Roy Keane and these people, are a little bit on his side. They don't really criticize Harry Maguire, even though he plays poorly. And I think this has to be with the England connection, because is their especially Gary Neville, because they are compatriots, and I see, because of I think Gareth Southgate, the English manager, likes Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire is an important player for the English national team, because he was part of the people who took them to the finals, and they are probably looking at not disturbing what Gareth Southgate is doing there. Because I was arguing with somebody and I said I won't be surprised if Eric Ten Hag comes and still uses Harry Maguire, because I know that Gareth Southgate, Harry Maguire is very important for the English national team, and going to the World Cup. So I see Harry Maguire still there, and that might be a little bit problem. Will Eric Ten Hag really like to use a player like that, who Eric Ten Hag likes to play on the high line? Can Harry Maguire play on the high line? It's very, very slow. Rashford has been very poor. Sancho, I think might come alive. Van de Beek, obviously Eric Ten Hag knows Van de Beek very well. I think he might have to sign. I think a lot of these players are very average. Diego Dallo is in Manchester United standard. Scott McTominay is in Manchester United standard. Isn't a player that should be starting for Man United. So in this lineup for me is very, very flawed. If he goes with these players next season, I think he will get beat, and he'll find himself down. He'll find himself down the table very quickly. So yeah. So hopefully the board can. I think he needs time. He needs time, and he needs like 2-3 transfer windows to be able to get it right. To be honest, yeah.
Absolutely. Kunle, do you have anything to say for Eric Ten Hag being appointed as a manager for Manchester United? Please go for it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, concerning this lineup, I don't know. It's really hard to say. You see, we can only say this player is not part of Ten Hag's plans, or this based on what he's done. But he is the one to decide. We cannot judge. Everyone is saying that Scott McTominay is this and that, but people seem to forget that Scott McTominay actually has some attributes that actually make him the regular starter that he is. For one, he has a very high work rate. He is very energetic. He is someone who is he's very resolute. You see how determined he is. He's not afraid going to tackles. Even when he makes a mistake, you see him, he's already up on his feet and he's trying to adjust and all. Maybe there might be some few things he needs to improve on, maybe particularly his passing and some other things.
He doesn't know how to read the game, sorry to say.
Yeah,
he's very poor.
He doesn't know how to read the game.
Doesn't know how to read the game. Let me look at the best DMS in the world. Look at Rodri. Look at Fabinho. It's nowhere near them, and this is Manchester United.
You see,
United.
Wait, you see, that is another problem. That's another problem. I think people have had. People think Scott McTominay is or see him as a defensive holding midfielder. The same thing with Fred. But the truth is, these guys, that is not actually their role. I mean, Scott McTominay was someone who started out as a striker. I mean, that's why when you see him when he's in front of the box and you see what he's capable of, it's the same thing with Fred. Fred was an attacking midfielder when he was in Shakhtar Donetsk. I mean, this was somebody who was linked with Manchester City. And I mean, when Pep Guardiola is after you, I mean, there has to be something good about you, you know. But the problem is people are trying to see them as maybe defensive midfielders and are putting them in the category of the likes of Fabinho, Rodri, and maybe N'Golo Kante. That is just so wrong. They are not. I have never seen them as holding midfielders. People always looked at them that they were the ones who were supposed to do the defensive work, but we clearly know that that is not necessarily their role. They are more of box, say box to box, but they are their best actually comes out when Manchester United is in transition, when especially when it comes to um, trying to create when it's trying to create chances in front of the box. We've seen how Fred, for instance, has flourished under Ragnick, where you just see him in front of the box. He gives one very crazy pass, or he scores a
Did
very good.
anybody flourish under Rannick? Sorry, I didn't know.
Fred, I meant to
I
mention
don't think.
Fred.
Yeah. I said
I
I don't. I can't remember any player flourishing under that man. I think all of
No,
them
I said
were rubbish.
Fred. And when I meant flourish, or I meant like show a little bit of improvement. I mean, we could see Fred. I mean, Fred was being talked about in good light under him because Fred was being played more or less higher up than trying to be played at the base of it. So that's why I've said that it's not for us to actually draw a conclusion and say this person is not Harry Maguire. People say, oh, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, for instance, is a ball playing defender. You understand? But the problem with Manchester United is Manchester United are a team who they are not good with the ball. So maybe if their ball playing abilities become better, maybe then we would actually see the best of Harry Maguire because you see him when he is in playing for England. He is composed. He doesn't fidget. He doesn't. That's because he's surrounded by people who are confident, who use the ball very well, and all of that. So, it's still too early to call what his lineup will be like. And let's not forget, about six players are leaving.
Yeah, six
About six
players.
players are leaving. Lingard, Pogba, Matic, Mata, potentially Anthony Martial. We are hearing maybe Eric Bailly might leave. So we don't know who is coming in. So I think it's going to be very, very difficult to say that this is what is it. Maybe when preseason comes, if by that time those players have gone and then maybe new acquisitions have come on board, maybe that is when the picture will be clear. But for now, I'm sorry, but it is very, very difficult to say how Ten Hag is going to go about this because, mind you, he has to train with these guys. He has to have a training with them first,
Yes.
to access their abilities and all. And that's not going to happen until July because he can't do anything now. They are going for break. The season is over. So they won't work on anything now until July. So we can only wait and see.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I'm trying to display some of these players, Manchester United players, on the screen. And these are the forwards. Well, Mason Greenwood is no more there for now, and Edison Cavani actually is going.
Uh,
But,
he might come back. We never know.
yeah.
We,
So
we
at
never
least
can tell.
Greenwood. I don't think Greenwood is ever going to put on Man United
I
shirt.
don't. I don't think so. I don't think so too. I don't think so too.
There's no way back for him from there.
Yeah.
So they
So
have to
these
make
are
plans without him.
yeah. So these are midfield. Pogba is going. Joan Mata is also going. Lingard, Andres
Lingard's
Pereira,
going.
Ahmad. I don't know his future in Manchester
You're on
United.
loan.
I don't know. Yeah, he's on loan, but he has not pulled any string at all. Also Pelistri. I don't know all these guys whether they're going to have a say in this club. I mean,
Yeah, Matic is going as well.
Matic is going. I'm sure Van der Beek definitely is going to come in. No doubt about it. And let's talk about this guy, James Gardner. Robbie, James Gardner, do you think he still have or he still has to go back on loan or he can be in the starting lineup for Manchester United or be in the
Um,
squad? That's James
let,
Gardner.
let me say I don't know much about him because I don't think I saw him play this season for Manchester United.
No,
If he gives,
is on loan to Nottingham Forest, I guess.
okay, so I think it is best. I think first and foremost, I don't think a coach will gamble on a player that was sent out on loan last season in the process of trying to build a new team or a new squad. I don't think any coach in his right mind will do that. So I foresee that he probably might be sent back out on loan
On
again.
loan.
Yes, because if he's retained in the club, I really don't think he's going to see any action or much action at all. Not even in the Carabao Cup and possibly the FA Cup. So I
Yeah.
think he probably might be sent back on.
Professor Tuko, I want you to talk about this guy, Paul Pogba. He has run up his contract. He's no more a Manchester United player as at yesterday. I think Juve are trying to sign him. What do you say about Paul Pogba's life at Manchester United? Is it a good one, or I mean, we should forget about it?
Well, Pogba for me has just shown how the modern day players. I mean, these modern day players that think they are bigger than clubs, and I feel like there's now a clear distinction between the way these modern day players are treated and the way football used to be in back in the days. And we're talking next probably 10 years, like when Roy Keane, the likes of Roy Keane were playing, and Ryan Giggs and all these people, these Manchester United legends, who don't care about their hair or care about or look in the mirror before they get on the pitch. I think Pogba has been he has not been good enough, to be honest. For all the talent that he has, he doesn't put in a lot of work. So we all know he's talented. He's a talented footballer, but that's why he thrives in France. In France, he has people who do all the work for him, but he doesn't put in work. Um, at this day and age, we still talk about where is Pogba's best position. What is it? Is he an AMF? Is he a CMF? Obviously, it's not a DMF because it doesn't work. It doesn't work hard enough. He can't tackle. Um, so it is for me the Pogba story it didn't work out at all for Man United, and he might as well go to Juve and thrive. It's the Italian league. He might as well go there and do the work. They have people who can run around, and then it might just be the player picking the passes and spraying the passes and scoring the odd goals. But Pogba has not lived up to expectation for the was signed. I think he's one of the problems that Man United have found. Is one of the biggest contributor to the problems that Man United have found themselves because look, Ralph Rangnick came. Nobody's listening to that man, that manager. They don't listen
At all.
I don't think they listen to him at all. They feel like they're bigger or something. So it's a good thing that for me, if I'm a Man United player, I'm very excited. If I'm a Man United fan, I'm excited that Pogba is leaving. It's one that for me is one of the bad eggs that needs to leave the club. And let Eric Ten Hag build from the scratch and build these players that are hungry and willing, to play for the club. Yeah. So that's my take on
All
him.
right,
We
thank
should
you.
go to
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I agree with you. Robbie, do you agree with that? Pogba leaving.
I think Pogba leaving is much more than a great news for United and United fans across the world. Yes, because just like Professor Tuchel said, Pogba has really not impressed since he came back to the club. It certainly did not impress me as a fan. I have never been. Yes, let me say his first stint at the club. I wondered what might have been if he did not leave. When he was at Juve, he was playing some very sincerely. He had let me say he had senior men or he had senior figures in the team that could discipline him, that could scream at him, and that could practically put his so bloated ego in check. Unfortunately, when Man United signed him, there were no such players at the club. So
Yes.
he was more or less left to run riot and do whatever it is he liked. And just like Professor Tuchel said, the players of old never cared about their hair, their face, their beard. So I don't think somebody like Gattuso, I don't think he
I don't
visited
think
the Papa a
Exactly.
lot. I
they
don't
were good.
I
They
don't
got to work.
I don't think Mata that is heavily bearded. I don't think he ever shaved for once. So, but these players were highly efficient at their job. Gattuso was dirty, but Gattuso was up and doing. He would kick you, he would scream at you, AC Milan an advantage. Same thing for Mata. Mata was not physical, but he was highly intelligent. He would pick out passes, he would score set pieces. It was just a pure joy to watch when he was at Chelsea. And
Yeah.
yes, we were able to get a little bit of that glimpse when he came to United. For
Okay.
Pogba, practically from his way of life, was visiting the salon every week because he had a different hairstyle every match day. So and not forgetting that I also aside the fact that yes I analyze football, I'm a student and everything. I also am a skilled hair maker, and I can tell you how much time it
How
takes
much time?
how much time it
Is
takes to change your look from look A to look B.
Oh
It
my
doesn't
goodness.
take 5 minutes. It doesn't take 30 minutes. It at least if you're that friendly with your hair maker, it takes about an hour because in that time frame you practically will gist, you practically will talk while the man is doing his business.
Wow.
So imagine 1 hour or 2 hours of productivity that is that is poorly spent by a player who should be putting the team ahead, who should be thinking of the next valuable 3 points that is available for the team to make
Okay.
the team grow. So for him, Pogba leaving for Juventus, right now I would say good luck to Juventus trying to get the best out of him. Um, I
Period.
think the I think the Italians, since they've had a lot of Balotelli, I think they
Mhm.
can have Paul Pogba for another round of drama in their country. So good luck to them. All the
Did you see Balotelli's goal?
beautiful goal,
Oh my goodness.
beautiful goal.
one
What
thing.
a
One thing
goal.
I can say. One thing I can say is that Max Allegri won't tolerate rubbish from Paul Pogba. I can assure you of that. Max Allegri is a disciplinarian, and I know Jose Mourinho. Of all the managers that you've had, maybe Jose Mourinho was close to being that no nonsense manager. But we all know he had a feud with Pogba. They had an altercation on the training pitch,
On the
and
pitch.
Pogba. I can remember the disgust that Pogba looked at him with. Pogba looked at Mourinho with a sort of disgust on the field. So I don't know. I think Max Allegri would put him on his toes.
Yeah.
He might not be this this redundant the way he is now. I don't think he'll be like that in Juve. So yeah.
All right. Let's get to main day. That's the beauty of this program is our top 10 African players. Kunle, are you there?
Yes, boss, I'm here.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to start with you. This is the time. This is all about this time. I'm talking about the top 10 African players, the best last week. I'm talking about the African players home and abroad. So let's go for it. Number 10 for this week. I'm going to start with you, Kunle. Quick one. Number
Yeah.
10 for this week. I won't lie to you. I don't know whether you know about this guy. His name is Maxwell. Maxwell. Let me show you. Maxwell Cornet of Ivory Coast. He scored in Burnley 2-1 Premier League defeat by Newcastle United. Go for it. What do you know about Maxwell?
Yeah, Maxwell Cornet. Well, he was a signing. He was a summer signing for Burnley from Lyon, and Burnley are a team that are largely known to be defensive, but it is apparent that they do need they need attacking options because goals will win you games, and most times it's the attackers who would score. So they went for him, and he did pretty well because he finished with 9 goals. I mean, the bulk of those his 9 goals came towards the end of this season, especially this period where they kind of racked in the wins that got them out of the relegation zone, and it looked like they were already out. He was the star man. Let's not forget that there was also a period where he was out with injuries, so he's missed a couple of games. He's had these injury problems right from when he was in Lyon. but he came good for Burnley in crucial moments, especially this last part of the season after Sean Dyche was dismissed and Mike Jackson took over. But sadly, Burnley just had a job to do on the last day, win their match against Newcastle. But it was never going to be easy because Newcastle are outrightly the most informed team in the Premier League this year. Or yes, let me say this year because it's been a while. Newcastle have not drawn a match this year. I don't think they've even drawn a game, so it was always going to be difficult. And Newcastle were 2-0 up. Connie got 2-1, but at 2-1, but it was too late for Burnley to come back, and they sadly got relegated. But it's going to be a good season for him. He's going to remember it. If not for injuries, maybe he would have gotten more goals. But
Yeah.
still not a bad one for him. 9 goals in the league, and it was an impressive one by at least
All right.
by Burnley standards. That was impressive from him.
All right. Now, number 9 for this week. Robbie, this goes to you. Number 9 for this week. His name is Musa Barrow. Musa Barrow of Gambia. He scored in Bologna 1-0 Serie A win over Genoa. What do you know about Musa Barrow? Go for it, Robbie.
Musa Barrow is a 23-year-old left winger. And so far this season, he has been able to rack up 34 appearances. And for that 34 appearances, he has 6 goals for his efforts and 7 assists. So ultimately, we can say he has had 13 goal involvement this season for his team, which is really not bad. His team, they will be playing Italian Premiership the Italian League next season. Not an entirely impressive season for them, but I think they will be happy that at least they have the best football in Italy available to them, and hopefully they can do better and try to see if they can fight for Europe next season. So kudos to him and kudos to the team.
All right. And number 8 for this week. Kunle, I'm going to tell us what do you know about this guy. Number 8 for this week. I'm talking about the top 10. Our 8 for this week goes to this guy, Cedric Bakambu of Democratic Republic of Congo, who scores in Marseille 4-0 French League win over Strasbourg. Please, Kunle, go for it. His name is Cedric. Is Kunle still there? Miss Kunle there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was on. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, Cedric Bakambu. Yeah, well, he came in as a January signing.
Yes.
For Marseille, and he was playing in China. He had a stint with Beijing Guan. He had been there for 3 years. That was between 2018 and 2021, and he did really well. He also did well while he was at Villarreal. Also, a 3-year period. He's played at Bursaspor as well. Akambu is a very good. He's a very prolific striker. But he came into Marseille in January and he played 12 times. And he got 4 goals. I feel that is not bad, considering the fact that it's not like maybe he played every game per se. And it's a new environment. He's never played in the French league, but knowing that you have someone of his quality, he's guaranteed to give you goals. So I believe that if Marseille are going to use him next season, I think particularly as they qualified for the Champions League, if I am correct, I want to believe Marseille made it into the.
Yes, they did. Yes, they qualified for Champions League. They finished second.
Yeah, they finished second. So yeah, so I mean, if that is going to be the case, I mean, Bakambu he's very proven. So he's going to have a lot of time. He's going to have a lot of moments next season. So not a bad start for him. 4-12, not bad.
Yes, it's not
We
bad
look
at all.
forward to next season for yeah. We look forward to him getting more
All
in
right.
the coming season.
All right. Number seven for this week. Robbie, I'm going to tell you is about this main guy. This will be the first time he'll be coming in as one of the best player all over all over Europe, for African players. I'm talking about this main guy. Number 7 for this week goes to Alfred Duncan of Ghana, who scored in Florentina 2-0 Serie A win over Juventus. Are you kidding me? Florentina,
Yep,
they
yep.
beat Juventus.
Yes, they did.
What? Please go for this guy. I mean, he's from Ghana. His name is Alfred Duncan.
Let me say, Alfred Duncan, to a lot of people, really is not more or less like the name you know across Africa to African football fans. But just
Yes.
like you said, it's from Ghana. Let me use the word that he's more or less like an Italian boy because he has spent all his career playing across teams in Italy. When I talk about teams, I'm talking about Inter, talking about Sampdoria, Sassuolo, Fiorentina. He has played for these teams, and he has built his career with these clubs. So, to see him score, most especially against Juventus,
Mm-hmm.
I think he will be over the moon. Because just like you're surprised, a lot of people were actually surprised at the fact that Fiorentina did beat Juventus. Juventus more or less were their season. The end of this season was more or less like the meltdown that
Yeah,
Manchester United had or has had in England. So Juventus were also on that run. I think their last game before this Fiorentina game, Juventus threw away a lead in the 94th or 95th minute. That was when they conceded an equalize a goal against I forgot the name of the team they played against, and the match ended 2-2.
hmm.
So it goes to tell you how abysmal Juventus have been towards the closing stages of this season, and it is terrible. So to see Duncan score against more or less like the biggest team in Italy, I think it's a big one for him, and I say congratulations to Fiorentina as well.
Oh, all right. Our number 6. I'm going to invite Professor Tuko to take us to number 6. What do you know about this guy? Our number 6 for this week. His name is Mohamed Salah of Egypt. He scored in Liverpool 3-1 Premier League win over Wolves, but they couldn't lift the title. I'm so sad. Professor Tuko, go for it, please. Are you still there? Number 6 for this week, Prof. I think I lost him. I think so. Kunle, please go for Salah, please. Number 6 for this week.
Yeah,
Salah.
yeah. Regarding Salah, well, what a season he's had. You know, he was getting all the goals and getting all the goals for Liverpool, and all those goals really did keep Liverpool in the hunt for the Premier League title, which went down to the last day. Unfortunately, Salah's form seemed to have tailed in recent weeks, with claims that he was tired because there hasn't he never really had a break, since coming back from the Africa Cup of Nations, and there were just fixtures upon fixtures upon fixtures. But he started from the bench yesterday. He came on, and you know things changed, and Liverpool went behind against Wolves. He came back. He scored. Sadio Mane scored as well, and I'm trying to remember the other person. And okay, Andy Robertson, and
Yeah.
Hello.
Liverpool won, but
Yeah,
but it
you're
was
back.
not enough
No,
to. But it was not enough to it was not enough to see them win the title because Manchester City did beat Aston Villa, also coming from behind. So it's another good one for Salah because he finishes as the top goal scorer for the is it the third consecutive time now? Because
Oh yeah,
um
I think the second time.
no, in a row.
No,
I don't
third
know who
In a
won
row.
it
consecutive
last
time.
season.
Third
Yes, it
consecutive
should be
time.
third consecutive. Yeah, because
He
I think
won
he
it.
was the one who
He's
won it
sharing it
last.
with Son. He's sharing
Yeah,
with
he
Son
shared
this
it with
season. He
Son,
shared it with Aubameyang. He shared it with Aubameyang, and
and
last season, then he won it out upper season.
okay. So yeah, so it it just goes to tell you how phenomenal Salah is, and it's nice. It's going to be nice to see how things are with him because he has a year left to run on his contract. So I mean, if he doesn't sign a contract now, he's going to leave Liverpool for free next year. They seem Liverpool not seem to be giving him what he wants. So it's going to be nice to see how things unfold, but it will be painful if Liverpool loses someone like Salah because I mean, yeah, I mean he's become a very colossal figure. So good one to him. Another top goal scorer award. I know he
Yeah.
will go again next season and he'll want to get it all for himself without having to share it for the second
Yeah.
time because it's not always good to share goal scoring,
Goal
the
scoring.
golden boot. It's always good to have it all by yourself. There's no love
Absolutely.
in sharing the golden boots.
All right,
And
then
and,
number
and,
five. I'm
and
coming for you.
just to quickly add
Okay.
on Salah, um, I just read that Estevao Valverde, I said Estevao Valverde, the Real Madrid player.
Oh, okay.
I said it was a disrespect that Mo Salah said he wanted Real Madrid for the final. So that's an interesting one to look out for this
Wow.
coming weekend.
Wow. Wow.
How Mo Salah is going to react to the Champions League final. I think it's going to be an interesting battle between Salah personally because we all know he has a personal feud against Real Madrid
Real Madrid.
for what they did to him in the final, for what Sergio Ramos did to him in the final, and how he was very badly hurt. So that's an interesting one to see how that pans out. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that'll be massive.
Absolutely.
That'll be
Yeah.
massive. Our number five for this week. Yeah, Prof, you're still going to tell us more. Do you know about this main guy? Number five. I love this guy. No doubt. I would have loved Manchester United to sign it. Only I don't know whether you like this guy. I'm going to show you. Number five for this week is Frank Kessie of Ivory Coast. It's called in AC Milan 3-0. Serie A went over
Yeah.
Sassuolo. What do you think? What's your take
He's a
on this?
fantastic player,
Yeah.
a good DMF. He's been one of the, I forgot to mention his name when I was talking about the AC Milan title winning core
Yeah.
members. He has been a
That guy is
solid, ever present player
very
in the
good.
midfield. He would have been good for Man United, to be honest. He's a good DMF, but I think Barcelona has signed him already on a free
Yeah.
transfer, so he'll be joining Xavi over there. So he's a fantastic player. He won the league. Yeah, so I think it's good for the African development that players like this are racking up trophies all over the world.
All right. All right. Let's you're still going to take on this number four. I'm talking about
Yeah,
Prof. Number four for this
yeah.
week. His name is this guy called Wilfred Zaha of Ivory Coast. He scored in Crystal Palace 1-0 Premier League over. I don't know the name. I don't know the name. Over the name of one club like that. So please go for it.
Well, it's been a prolific season for Luis Zaha, the Ivory Coast player. He scored. I think he has scored about 14 goals this season,
Wow.
which is a
Massive.
very good number for as a winger, and he has one assist. So he's a very important player in the Crystal Palace dressing room. Everything almost goes through him. But before Vieira came to the team, you're talking about Crystal Palace. You're looking up to Zaha to perform some magic. Very
Yeah.
tricky, a very tricky winger. Knows how to beat players, and it could be temperamental. I think
Mhm.
that's one side. Vieira, I think has worked on him a little bit because I didn't see a lot of that this season. But he has been very prolific. He has been very good on the pitch. Well, as we saw, his lone goal was able to dispatch Man United away. Got so good. Brighton helped them back
I
into
tell
the
you.
Europa places.
That,
So
well,
he's a fantastic player. I don't think sometimes there are doubts about him taking his game to the next level. I mean, he has played for Man United before, but didn't
yeah.
really show his quality. So I don't know if he's a sort of player that can move forward in his career, that can play for the top 6 teams. I'm not too sure about that, but for Crystal Palace's level, I think he's a great player for them.
All right, Kunle, I'm coming in for you for this number 3 for this week. Number 3 for this week, I'm talking about the top 10 African best players home and abroad. For number 3 for this week, no doubt about it. What do you know about this guy? He's from Nigeria. He plays in Italy. Iyeoma Udoge. He scored a goal and provided an assist in Udinese 4-0 Serie A win over Salernitana. Go for it, Kunle.
Yeah. Or better still, his name, he's also known as Destiny Udoji. He is an Italian born. He was born in the city of Verona, and he started his career out at Hellas Verona, but he's presently on loan at Udinese. He's a fullback, and he's had quite a good season at Udinese. I mean, he's played a lot. He played 35 times, and he scored 5 goals and provided 4 assists. And he's only 19 years old. That is very,
Wow.
very impressive
Massive.
for a 19-year-old fullback. No, that is very, very, very impressive. And I think he is already getting the attention of Italy manager Roberto Mancini.
Mancini.
Yes,
Wow.
he is already catching his attention. You could say that okay, maybe this would be an opportunity for Nigeria because the Nigerians are scattered everywhere.
Everywhere.
As in, like, Nigerians are everywhere. Think about the most odd country in the world. You will find out that there's a Nigerian there. They are everywhere. So, when one player does well, you would be like, oh, let's get him. But how many do we want to get? So, Italy are on his case, and I mean, this is a very, very fine season for him by his standards. I mean, 35 appearances, 9 goal involvement. Come on, I mean, maybe even a bigger club might bring him in, maybe like Juventus. So, I mean, the future is definitely bright for him, and he's really shown himself this season. And what a good way to end the season with with a goal. He also provided an assist as well, and he'll be looking forward to a brighter season. Whether he continues with Hellas next season or he moves to another place is yet to be seen. But he can be very proud of what he has done for this season, being a 19-year-old.
All right, number 2 for this week, Robbie, where you at? Number 2 for this week, I tell you, his name is Andy, the Lord of Algeria. He scored hat-trick in OGC Nice 3-2 French League 1 win over Rennes. Go for it, Robbie.
Let me say this is a massive one because Andy Delort is a center forward, and he has 35 appearances this season for Nice, and it is wonderful to note that he has 18 goals for his appearances. So it's more or less like he has a goal every 2 games for the team. So it is massive, and he has 3 assists to add up to his goals, which is a massive return for Nice. Nice, I think I've had an impressive season by their standard. Yes, not where they want to be, but I think for the fact that they've been able to maintain their League One status as well as end the season on a high is a big one for the team, and it's also a very, very, very big one for Andy Delort. To also note, Andy Delort is not even a young player at that. He is 30 years old. So for a 30-year-old striker to give you about 21 goal involvement across 35 appearances is no joke. It's not a small feat at all. So I say it's a big one for Andy Delort and a big one for OGC.
All right, all right. Number one for this week. I'm talking about number one for this week. Give up to this guy. Number one for this week. You won't believe it. He's gonna make it so surprising. Number one for this week on our top 10 African best players over last week. I'm talking about home and abroad. Number one for this week. Kunle, are you ready for it? His name is this person, Abu Balé of Algeria. He scored 4 goals, 4 good goals in RC Relizene 5-3 win in Algeria League. I'm talking about Algerian League. This our local league. I'm talking about Algerian local league win over NA Uzende. What do you think about this number
Yeah,
one? Kunle, go for it.
yeah, yes, absolutely. It was that was a very, very big one at the weekend. The thing is, the Algerian League is you hardly get to see a lot of goals in the Algerian League On. Very, very. Well, this one was just good because where you are having 8 goals in one match, and you are
Mhm.
having a player score 4 goals.
4 goals.
Now that is that is over huge, like extremely, extremely massive. And this guy here, that is Sofian. Sorry,
Sofiane Bale.
um, yeah,
Bale.
Sofian Bagley.
So
Looking at his stats, he's a left. Yeah, he did very well. I mean, he has 9 goals already in the league on, which is not bad for a left winger with 3 assists in 21 appearances. And let's not forget, he's a 33-year-old, and
Wow.
he has played all his career in the French. Yes, he has played his entire career in the French league, playing for clubs like MC Oran, ASM Oran, CR Belouizdad, USM Bel Abez, MC Algiers, CS Constantine before joining RC Relizan.
Hmm. I think I lost Kunle there. I'm not sure. All right.
How will
Let's.
you see that? So
Oh, okay.
that is a very, very good one from him. I mean, it's a good. I hope we can be seeing more of this from Africa. We can be seeing more of that. Trust me. I think Africans, there would be more attention on African leagues because I know African leagues don't really get much attention. But if people like this guy can do more of that, I mean, I think there will be definitely more attention on African leagues. They just need to be more attack minded, and there definitely will be interest.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for coming to this show. I want to big up to Robbie. Thank you for coming to this show. On this
Thank you
show,
very much.
yes, it's good to have you. At the same time, next week, when we going to come back for another top 10, I want to reach all our viewers everywhere you are in the world, wherever you're watching it from. Please subscribe to the channel. It's all about Intercontinental Sport TV. Is there any sport updates you want to tell our viewers before we close, before we wrap up the show? Anybody with any update?
Yes, absolutely. There is update from Formula One, where for the third race in a row, Max
Hmm.
Verstappen was
Yes,
victorious in
baddest.
the Spanish Grand Prix. Yes, in the Spanish Grand Prix in Catalonia yesterday. He didn't start from pole position. He started way back in third, but he was able to find his way up thanks to Charles Leclerc of Ferrari, whose car had a problem. It had a problem. So, you know, Verstappen benefited from that. And from there on, it was his race. And it was Red Bull were able to finish with a 1-2. Sergio Perez finishing second. and George Russell in his Mercedes was able to finish third. That's going to be a very big one for Mercedes because Mercedes continue to struggle, but there was a bit of competition in Spain, and Lewis Hamilton was able to finish in fifth place. There was a point he dropped that to last because he had a clash with a driver, so he had to go into the pits to change his tires, to change parts of his car, but he came back and finished fifth and was voted driver of the day. Next up, they are going to be in Monaco this weekend, this
Monaco, yeah.
coming week. Yeah,
We,
this coming week. So that is going to be it's going to be another race that we want to see. Charles Leclerc is from Monaco, so the Monaco people will definitely want him to win his home race, but you can't write off Max Verstappen.
all
Then
right.
in the NBA, then in the NBA, we had the Golden State Warriors who have
Yes.
taken a 3-0. Yeah, they've taken a 3-0 lead over the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference
Conference.
Finals and are just one win away from making it to the
Again,
NBA Finals for the first time since
it's gonna
2019.
it's gonna be
So
massive.
yes, going to be definitely massive. Then yes, then the French Open is on in Paris, and there are just so many games. There have been so many matches. I know there have been some upsets already, but I can't really recollect maybe some of those names off the top of my head, but I do know
Well,
that Rafael Nadal
let
has.
me help you there.
All right, Robbie.
Oh,
Let me
please
help
go.
you there.
Oh, please help. Yeah.
So let me help you there.
Yeah, because there are so many matches. Yeah.
Winner, former Grand Slam winner Naomi Osaka has been sent packing. She lost in straight sets today, and I think she'll be back to Osaka, which is also a part of her name. So we don't know if it's the Osaka her father's house or the Osaka in Japan. She will practically be moving on to one of them, enjoying Roland Garros from the comfort of her couch. So also former Grand Slam winner Stan Wawrinka has also been sent packing today. He lost his match. He set to three, and he also I think for the past couple of years he has been struggling with injury and also for form, and that ultimately came to bear against him today as he lost in a four setter today. Rafael Nadal won in straight set three set victory, and is off to the next round later this evening. And I think that is just that for.
All right, thank you so much, guys. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. Thank you so much, Kunle. We'll
Thanks,
talk behind
boss.
the scene. All right, man. Robbie, we'll talk behind the scenes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on this show. Good to see you once again. All right, bye for now. All right, guys. I want to inform you if I drop this curtain here. I want to tell you viewers that there's going to be a debate show. You know, we said we are not going to be doing a debate show. It's going to be turned to what's your opinion every Friday. The same time we always have the debate show. So it's no more going to be called a debate show. It's going to be called what's your opinion. But nevertheless, we're going to have our debate show where we go head to head. Head to head. This show is coming in. It's going to be hot. It's going to be massive. I'm talking about head to head. Pick up a topic. We have one co-host, another co-host sledging it out. I mean, it's an open field right now whereby you take your point, I drop your point. It's going to be head to head. So the show is coming very soon. We are cooking something, a very fantastic moment. So on this channel, please subscribe. You're watching this, and if you like this video, please smash a like on it. So once again, I'm going to end the show here. So it's the same time on Wednesday, hopefully. And this week, we're also going to have a Champions League final. Watch along. It's going to be here. It's going to be massive. I tell you guys. So thank you so much. On this note, we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you all, everyone coming in for this show. I appreciate everybody that have subscribed. We are growing. We are moving gradually. Thank you so much for all those people that have helped us out on this channel. Thank you once again. Big up to Tunde, wherever you're watching from right now. Tunde, thank you so much. Ireti, big up as well. All our viewers, all everybody that's helped us on this channel. Thank you so much. On this note, I'm going to wrap up the show. Bye for now.